Have you ever stopped to consider how often you wait for that elusive motivation to strike before starting something important? How many times have you set aside a dream, a goal, or even a habit change simply because you weren't in the mood that day? The hard truth is, motivation isn't what propels people forward. If you believe you need it to act, you're caught in a trap that drains your time and potential. We're raised hearing that we need to be motivated to act, that only those with motivation succeed in life. This creates an invisible trap that paralyzes you without you even realizing it. If you're waiting for motivation to start changing, I'm sorry to say that time is passing and you're not making progress. Motivation is a feeling. And feelings are fleeting, volatile, like waves in the sea that come and go without warning. If we relied solely on it, no one would have gone to the gym, no one would have started learning a new language, no one would have changed jobs. The truth is, people who make things happen, who truly step out of their comfort zones and achieve results, don't wait to feel anything to act. What truly drives people to act and keep acting is something much simpler and more powerful than motivation: discipline. Discipline is that firm decision to do, even when you don't want to. It's the commitment to the process, to the result, regardless of mood, fatigue, laziness, or fear at that moment. You might be thinking that discipline is too hard, almost impossible to maintain, but it doesn't have to be that way. Discipline isn't about doing everything perfectly all the time, nor being a robot that never errs. Discipline is simply showing yourself that you're in control, that you'll do what needs to be done, even if it's just for 5 minutes. The important thing is to start. You know that feeling of, I don't feel like it today? That's precisely when most people give up. That feeling of resistance, the famous I'll do it later, is a test your commitment faces every day. Who passes this test? Those who understand that action doesn't need to wait for motivation to happen. Think of great athletes, successful entrepreneurs, the artists you admire. They also have days of laziness, doubt, discouragement. The difference is that they've created systems not to depend on motivation. They have habits, routines, small rituals that ensure the work continues, even without desire. And you can do the same. Here's a practical example. Imagine you want to learn a new language. Every day you want to study, but sometimes you feel like leaving it for tomorrow. What to do? Make a minimal commitment to yourself. Study for just 5 minutes a day. 5 minutes may seem like nothing, but it's this small and consistent commitment that will build the strength to continue. Often, the simple decision to start breaks the I don't want to barrier, and you end up studying much more than you thought. Moreover, there's something even more powerful that can help you maintain action: your purpose. True motivation comes from a greater reason, a strong and personal reason to act. When your reason is clear, when what you want to do makes sense to you and is connected to your values, acting stops being a boring obligation and becomes a natural desire. You start acting not because you have to, but because you want to. If you haven't found that strong reason yet, stop everything now and ask yourself, why do I want this? What impact will this have on my life? And what do I value most? This alignment between action and purpose is the fuel that makes discipline feel light, that makes the routine something you truly want to follow. But what about when the pressure becomes too much? When fatigue, fear of failure, or self-sabotage appear? It's important to remember that discipline is also about being kind to yourself. It's okay to fail. It's okay to have bad days. What matters is how you react afterward. If you fall, get up quickly. The difference between those who make it and those who give up lies in the ability to get back on track without too much self-blame. Here's a simple exercise to use today. Write down on paper or on your phone a goal you've been postponing due to lack of motivation. Now, define the smallest possible step to start that goal, something so small that you can't say, "I don't feel like it." It could be opening the book for 2 minutes, jotting down an idea, or preparing the material for the workout. Commit to doing just that step. After starting, see what happens. Another powerful trick is to use environmental triggers to facilitate action. For example, if you want to stop procrastinating and study, leave your books or study material in plain sight in the place where you spend the most time. That way, every time you look at that space, your brain will receive a reminder to act. Motivation may disappear, but the habit, that stays strong. Science confirms this too. Our brain loves comfort, so it avoids effort. But when you establish a routine, a neural pathway is created that facilitates action. This is what we call neuroplasticity. The more you practice an action, the easier it becomes, until it becomes automatic. And what does this mean for you? That the only thing standing between you and change isn't the lack of motivation, but the absence of consistent action. You can start today without waiting to feel ready. You can start now with little and build a routine that takes you where you want to go. Many people believe that taking action without motivation is a huge sacrifice, something that drains all your energy and willpower. But the truth is, that feeling lasts much less than you think. When you take the first step, even without wanting to, your body and mind begin to respond positively. Your brain releases small doses of dopamine, the pleasure hormone, and that creates a sense of reward that sets off a positive cycle. Action generates motivation, not the other way around. Understanding this changes everything. Another point that many people overlook is the impact of the social environment on our ability to take action. Have you noticed how much easier it is to maintain a habit when you're surrounded by people who inspire you, who hold you accountable in a healthy way, or who simply take action alongside you? If you truly want to break free from waiting for motivation, start paying attention to who's in your circle. People who only bring you down and postpone their dreams tend to drag you down with them. Choose to stay close to those who make things happen, even if it's just a few of them. And don't forget the importance of self-care on this journey. Taking action without motivation doesn't mean draining yourself or working until you can't anymore. On the contrary, taking care of your sleep, your nutrition, your body, and your mind is essential to maintain the energy needed for discipline. When you take good care of yourself, you create a solid foundation that can support you through hard days, discouragement, and the temptation to procrastinate. Finally, remember to celebrate your small victories. Every step taken, every task completed, even the smallest ones, is meaningful progress. Acknowledging and valuing these achievements fuels your sense of growth and reinforces positive behavior. It's a powerful fuel to keep you consistently in motion so that when motivation does show up, it's a bonus, not a requirement. If this video already made sense to you, imagine what the next ones can do. Subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for the best strategies to build a winning mindset. No fluff, just practical action. The journey is yours, but the company here on the channel can make all the difference. And for those ready to take things even further and understand how to unlock your mind for success on every level, there's a method that's changing thousands of lives. Want to know more? The link is in the description. It's definitely worth checking out. Stop waiting for motivation, build your discipline, make your life truly change. I'll see you in the next video.